people, and welcome back to the channel. Man, you know the man, Coach Mike James, you know the brand P&Z Life Coaching, and I'm back again with another episode of Black Business Booming. I'm excited once again because y'all know when I have people on here, it's people I'm connected with in some way, shape, form, or faction. So I'm excited. And y'all know I always say this. Let me say it at the top of the interview, because somewhere in the interview, I always say it. I don't need anyone to tell me what Black people are or are not doing, because I know what my people are doing, the people in my circle. And I always say, you know, if the people in your circle are not doing anything, or the Black people around you, you need to check your web, check your circle, right? So before we get into it, I'm going to ask y'all to stop what you're doing right now and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who've watched an episode, any of my videos, any of the interviews. I thank you. So subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified anytime I release a new video. Now, Black Business Booming. Y'all hear me all the time talk about my fam, UAB fam. You know, my hometown fam, my Birmingham fam. And one of the ones y'all hear me talk about often now, I think, bro, I can't even keep up with it because it happens so often. My Convoz fam. So yet again, another person I'm connected with through Convoz, my Convoz fam, who truly is like family, man. I'm excited to bring this one and let y'all know more about this awesome brother I have with me today and his business. So bro, without further ado, and me running my mouth, because you know I like to, I want you to take a moment, introduce yourself, tell everybody your name, where you're from, and any little background information before we jump in your business.
Well, I'm B Pride. Should I put my government out there? Should I put?
Either way, well, it is what it is, because you know what I know you by.
Absolutely. I go by B Pride. B Pride is my stage name, derived from a nickname, which is a shortcut of my original name, which is Brian. I'm Brian Pride Sr. That's my government. But I go by B Pride, and that's what I prefer to be called. I'm actually from Missouri, from a small city in Missouri. It ain't even the city, it's really a town. But anyway.
Right. I feel you. I feel you.
So coming from there, not a lot going on and things of that nature. So, of course, small towns, most you have is your sports teams, right? Football, basketball, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So, in 2003, my mom moved me and my siblings to Memphis, Tennessee, where I finished my last 2 years of high school at Whitehaven High School. See the vision through the eye of the tiger, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So fast forward. Of course, I get married and I moved to Texas. And that was in 2015. Of course, I'm no longer married now, but that's neither here nor there. Moved to Texas, start to learn my way around this place, because everything in Texas is big. They ain't lying. It's big.
Right. I mean, the whole continent of Texas. Like, y'all not a state out there, man. It's a whole continent.
Yes, sir. But yeah, coming on along, progressing in my career. I also work for UPS. Been with the company for about 15 years. Progressing in it, finally get to where I want to be in the company, and it dawns on me one day to actually create a family crest. And so a lot of people know the brand as Pride Hustle, but it originally started out as a family crest, which was PF, standing for Pride Family. And so had a supervisor of mine to tell me, hey, you should, put that on clothes. I'm like, that was not what I created it for. I was just saying, man, it's dope. I like it. I like the logo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me pray on it. Black folks, I got to pray on them,
Right. I'll get back with you.
Right. So, I did just that, prayed on it. And all this is in 2019. So prayed on it, and I'm like, God, what do you want me to do with this? I created it for a reason, but evidently you done put a nugget in somebody else's head, and they are vivid about putting it on shirts. What do you want me to do? Okay, go ahead. Okay. Well, I can't use Pride Family because I created for personal usage. And so you give me a word that you want me to use. So, hey, you got to wait on God. Now you got to wait on him. So he hits me with the word hustle. Like, you sure about that? Because the word hustle tends to have a negative connotation to it. Like, so in other words,
exactly.
Such a thing, which is pride. People tend to use pride in a negative connotation, which pride is actually a great word. You're supposed to have pride in yourself, pride in what you do, pride in everything that you've accomplished. And so,
Bro, hold on. Before you go further, let me jump in right there, man. I love you said that. Here's what's so interesting, man, with the connections I've been making, bro, is that I know they're organic and that is not a force like me pushing against the universe because I have something in common with so many people. Convoz fam, the impactful conversations, the Black business movement, everybody that I've been talking to. So you said that about pride, right? And how, it has that negative connotation, but it can be a good thing when you have pride in what you do and everything. So interestingly enough, I'm Greek and pledged my organization at UAB and my line name was Pride.
Oh.
So when you said that, I was like, that's what's up.
Yes.
Nah, man. Nah. Nah. So I'm a Sigma, man. I crossed at UAB Phi Beta Sigma, and that was my line name, Pride. We were the 7 deadly sins, and I was Pride. And of course, when they're naming you, they break it down and stuff. So I love that you said it, and I thought about it. It's like, yeah. So I take pride in the word pride. So I appreciate you for bringing that to light, man. But go ahead. You was talking about how you came up with that and when hustle came in the picture.
Yeah. So with pride, like I said, you think about having, pride in yourself, which is a sense of self-worth, self-esteem, self-value, and all those type of things. And then the word hustle, that it's strictly tied to the street because that's mostly when it's used. I mean, we as Black folks to take something that's negative and turn that thing into a positive, and we got it popping, and then everybody want to use it now. We just I'm gonna say something. We just make stuff cool.
It's the culture, man. It's the culture.
Yeah, and so I took the word hustle and assigned it to your dreams, your goals, your endeavors, your 9 to 5, if that's what you're working and you enjoy your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Whatever. I assigned that to the word hustle. The word pride, go back again, there's courage. Because to have pride in anything, it takes a certain amount of courage. It takes courage, period. It takes courage, confidence. So you put them two together, man. Right along in the hustle, there's vision. Vision sits right in there. So you got courage, vision, and of course you got results, because anything that the Most High gives you, if you execute it right, it's going to yield results. There it is.
Nice. I love it. Pride,
yes,
hustle brand, man. Courage, vision, results. Love that. And it's so funny, bro, because I was like, man, I was gonna rock my Pride hustle gear, but I got a tank, I got a workout shirt. So I was like, man, I'm gonna be up here looking like I'm about to choke slam somebody, work out. So, but yeah, I love that. And even now, that's why I like these conversations, these interviews, because you get that behind the scenes, right? Like seeing the crest and that Pride hustle is something about putting that on. And so hearing the story now, where it started out as just the family crest, it makes sense. And it makes sense, the passion and the pride behind it, right? So I love that, man, and getting started. So if you think about your company and going back to 2019 and when you started this, and that day when your coworker said, hey, bro, put that on some clothes, that's dope. What was one of the biggest challenges you faced in getting started?
Man, one of the biggest challenges was getting the money together. It takes money to start any business.
Yeah.
Almost. And some you can start with nothing, but had to buy the equipment. And once I bought the equipment, the biggest challenge from there was, man, learning how to operate it. That was the biggest challenge because, we talking about heat presses and vinyl cutters and stuff like that. You got to learn how to operate them things. It ain't just no turn on. You pop the vinyl in there or whatever and it's printing. You got to learn the ins and outs of it. So you talking about YouTube University, baby.
YouTube University. I'm telling you, I got a couple of degrees from that.
And so learning how to do that, and I had to learn how to do that in like a 2-week span because, like I said, at the time, my wife, she wanted me to, she registered me for a church vendors event. It was an event we had at the church. She was like, can you learn this within the 2-week span? I said, I give it my best. So learned it, from learning how to lay the vinyl down right, because if you lay it right side up, when it cut out, you can't peel it off, and so
right.
So I that was one of my biggest losses, is going through vinyl trying to make sure I get it right. Then you got to make sure you mirror the stuff right. So yeah, and got in there, got that done, man, and just like I said, learning my equipment and set up for my first vendors event at the church. Did pretty good, man. Had a lot of members come by, and even non-members come by and just support. So that was my first event, operating and, putting Pride Hustle out there to the masses, to the public. So yeah.
Dope. Man, look, so even before I go to the next question, what was that feeling like, that first time, right? Because for people watching, right, when you're about to do a business or a brand, whatever you're doing, and you're about to start something, right before you pull the trigger and right before you do it, it's like all these thoughts, all these what ifs pop up, right? Like, oh man, ain't nobody gonna support this and that. What if it don't turn out right? So when you talk about like the members, even I sense that shift in how you said that, like when you talk about the members, non-members, people support, what was that feeling like when you finished that first one of putting Pride Hustle out there?
Man, it was almost like, they say your business is one of your babies.
Yeah, your baby, man.
So knowing that people were intrigued and even coming up and asking questions and things of that nature, they wanted to know what it meant, what it stood for. I mean, of course, at the time, I was still learning how to put together a good pitch. So it was just like learning how to break down without saying so much, because saying too much, you run people off. You got to know, learn to deliver that perfect pitch is everything. And so, although I was long-winded, I was good at telling the story behind it.
Right.
And so the feeling, just the feeling of them wanting to know, wanting to listen, and then from listening, hey, let me get 2 shirts. Let me get 3. Let me get one of these. Let me get. Mine was just
right. Yeah.
So it was amazing feeling, man. And after that, I was just like, man, I got to get another one. Then right after that, I ended up getting a back to school drive with Staples.
Nice.
Drive vendor event with Staples. That was my first commercial event vending. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. I love it. I love to hear it, man, because I think that's one of the biggest things too about your passion. And when you start doing something, man, like your gifts will make room for you. It truly will. And it will present you in front of great opportunities when you're following that passion, right? And that connection. So now learning the ins and outs of the equipment, and you talked about like that pitch and saying the right thing. Cause like you say too much, people like, all right, I'll come back. When you work on that, bro, I'll come back and holler at you. So now getting over that initial starting phase, now what are some of the challenges in terms of day-to-day and just operating, running a business, being an entrepreneur? What are some of the challenges that you face?
Man, one of the biggest challenges, and I think most small businesses or businesses, period, face it, is that understanding your customer or your consumer, because we as people change dang near every day. 1 minute our mind is on this and the next minute is on that. You got something in the cart, next thing you know, I get back to it. Man, that thing sitting in the car for a week and you never got back to it because
Right.
you got about to change your mind. So it's just really understanding your customers, knowing what they want, and making sure that you provide a solid product for for the consumer, because it's their hard-earned money that they're gonna be spending with you. So
Yeah,
just want to
for sure.
give providing the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely that's definitely real, man, because you always think about, like you said, it's your baby. And so that directly reflects you, like what you put out, your brand, your business, man. And it's like, it's always something, right? You go to sleep, you wake up thinking, okay, how am I going to grow my business today? How am I going to make it one step better? So as we're talking about challenges, man, somebody may be watching this like, man, that brother looks real familiar, man. Like, wait, where I know him from? So, bro, on top of you building a business, building a brand, Pride Hustle brand, man, Pride Hustle collection, on top of all that, bro, you are a rising, budding actor, man, that's doing some big stuff. So tell me talk for a moment about that, because I'm just gonna look back and say, man, I was blessed, because when you on those stages, I'm gonna say, hey, I've been connected with bro for years, man. Look, let me send you this episode where he talked about what he's doing. So talk about that, man, and how your acting career got started, and maybe some of the things that's coming up in your acting.
Well, my acting career got started. It was when I met my mentor, my brother, my mentor. It was a radio personality here in Dallas. Well, she no longer works for the station, but her name was Lil D on there. She was solid radio personality. She had on this jersey one day, and the name of the company is called Life is Good. That's his brand. And so, but the radio, she had the jersey on, so I just happened to see it. So I messaged her, hey, where you get that jersey from? And so linked his name. I went to his IG profile. Hey, inbox him. He messes back. We get to talking about manufacturing and things like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Then we exchange numbers. Hey, give me a call, man. I want to talk to you. So before he called me, it's like Spirit was like, go back to his IG and check him out. I went back and I saw he was an actor. Oh, okay. And he act out of Dallas. Cool. So we get on the phone. We talking about manufacturing and things of that nature, because we both got clothing brands. And at the end of that conversation, which of course he plugged me, and so he's never been, as long as I've known him, he's never been a selfish person. And so, God was like, ask him. I'm like, ask him what? I saw you looking at the acting. And so, because acting was, going to the NFL was my number one dream. Acting was like a second. Of course, due to injury and things of that nature, I wasn't able to participate, combine or whatever. But I asked him, like, hey, man, I see you're an actor as well. I was like, this is one of my dreams, to become an actor. He's like, okay, word. I was like, well, I want to ask you. He's like, go ahead, man, ask. And I'm like, because I was nervous, because I've asked some people that have been in positions, and they either give you a vague answer or response, or you get totally ignored. So he was just like, I asked him, like, oh yeah, instantly, family. I love it when my people ask me about getting into the game. So it's like, you just let me know what you need, what you want to know, and I'll tell you. I just want you to help me to get started in the game. You're like, okay, bet, say no more. What do I need? Okay. He starts to give me everything I need. Go get you some headshots. You just getting started, so right now you don't need a resume. Just get your headshots, you got your information, and that's what you submit. And so that's what got me started. And he actually invited me out to, my first time meeting him in person was at a red carpet event. I think this was back in June, if I'm not mistaken, June, July. It was one of his movies called Gutter Mummies. And he introduced me to a lot of the Dallas legends, directors and producers and stuff like that, and actors and actresses, of course. And from there, I got my first shot in a movie that was written and produced by Tierra Stacks and directed by DeMarcus Bailey, and it's called Heavy. That was my first movie that I was in. I was a background, I was an extra in it, and so that experience, it was a game changer for me. I'm like,
You're right.
outside of with anything, it takes a number of hours. So you could be on set for 2 hours. You could be on set all night.
Yeah.
It all depends on what the item of the director producer wants. So yeah, man, started there, and then what was it? And that was in December when I got that shot. And right after that, I got opportunity to go to Guthrie, Oklahoma. He took me down there, and we got a chance to be in a movie with called For the Love of Money. And it's got a lot of heavy hitters in it, from DC On Fly to Rob Tammy, Carrie Hilson, Jason Mitchell, Cat Williams, Lisa Ray, Keith Sweat, basically the stars of the movie. I got a chance to meet Carrie Hilson and Jason Mitchell. So it was pretty cool. I mean, and just from there, I've had like 7 or 8 more productions from the December all the way up until like February. They were just rolling.
Hold on, bro. So this is crazy. So you're saying this started June of 2020, last year.
Yep.
And since December, multiple roles since then, multiple opportunities you had since December of last year.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to pause right there and let that breathe, because I want to encourage everybody. Of course, me as a coach and motivational speaker and motivator, I want to encourage people to chase your dreams, chase that thing that you're passionate about. And one thing that you heard B. Pride said was he was hearing, ask, speak. You know, a closed mouth don't get fed, right? So when you have that dream or that passion and you see somebody, or you, and also in that, you also mentioned reaching out to multiple people. Some said no, or some just didn't even pay attention. Keep going, man. That's what my 4Ks is all about. Keep going, keep grinding, keep showing, keep shining. Do it for you, and then keep showing. Show the haters, show yourself that self-doubt that you have, man. So I think that's incredible, bro. And I'm glad I'm glad you shared that, man, here, just to let people know about how important it is to chase them dreams, man, and just getting connected with the right people, right? That's the big thing, getting connected with the right people. So yeah, man, with the acting, so man, what's on the radar? What's coming up? What you got coming up with your acting, bro? Because I mean, I know you got some dope things coming, man, but I want the people to know a little bit about that too.
So I want to say this is gonna be Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. For the Love of Money should be releasing. November 1st. Christmas on My Block should be releasing. That's another movie that I'm in here, shot here in Dallas. That one is written and produced by DeMarcus Bailey. It's one of his films. What else do I have? I've had a chance to be in Kurt Warner, the legendary, iconic.
Yeah.
His life story is being told on the big screen through Lionsgate box office. So I got a chance to be in there and end up being in the same room with Dennis Quaid. I know you know who Dennis Quaid is.
Yeah.
I'm in that movie. That should be releasing December 10th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So then I have, which was my first lead and speaking role. This was my second time working with Jason Mitchell and my first time working with Barton Fitzpatrick. And the name of this movie is called Everything Is Both. And it's my first lead and speaking role. So, and it should be coming out sometime this fall. So they hadn't specific date yet, but yeah, so you should either be seeing me on Netflix or box office or both.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about, bro. And I'm just excited, man, because I've seen your pride and your hustle. And since we've been connected, man, it's been awesome. And just, I love, and I think I attract to and like people who are consistent. You know what I'm saying? No matter how they are, someone who's consistent. And I see, the word that's really popular these days, especially with the young folk, is capping. A lot of people cap. A lot of people cap, man. But you see those people who really doing it. It's not just talk. You see the production, you see them being busy, blessed and busy, as they say, and you see them continuing to grow and expire and to do more and stay hungry. You know what I'm saying? So I love that, man. So I had to take a moment for you to share that, man. So getting back to Pride Hustle, man, and your brand, we talked about like some of the challenges. So on that flip side, man, and whether it be your brand, the acting, what are some of the most satisfying parts about being an entrepreneur and building your brand and doing what you do? What is it that is like, man, it's all worth it? What are some of the most satisfying parts of what you do?
The most satisfying part is knowing my why, because if you ever lose sight of the why, you're done. You're done.
Wow. Yeah.
Why is everything? Why did you think about it? Why did it hit your spirit? Why did you go forward with it? Who I mean, of course it's not why, but who did you want to be impacted by this? Why did you want it to impact? So the why, man, remembering the why, because I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that I haven't had moments where I wanted to throw in the towel. Things get difficult. Sometimes business slows down. It happens. I've been there. But remembering the why keeps me going. And the why is I've had, which is gonna go into why, what I'm inspired by. But the why is, the reason why I started is because, include myself, I noticed and would hear people speak about, not going after their dreams. I wanted to go after things and not going because of the fact of what naysayers had to say. You always got people in your ear, always.
Yeah.
That's why they be careful who you tell your dreams and visions to. You never know. Even the closest person to you could be the smallest of minds. So, and I mean, I'm just trying to keep the graveyard from getting any richer. So it's the richest place on earth.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't think about that, but you got so many people that go to their grave with global changing creations, inventions, businesses. Just go to the grave with it. And I mean, you didn't even get a chance to impact the world because you were so focused on who approved of your dream and vision, who did.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love that. I love that, man. That why, man, is so important. That inspiration into why you do what you do. I encourage people all the time. If you don't know your why, start there.
Right.
Start there and have that, what I like to call that self session, where you have just a session with yourself. You take out your pen, pencil, paper, and you start answering those questions: who, what, when, where, why, how. As it applies to your life in every aspect of your life. So I love that, bro. So what advice would you give someone that's watching this? And okay, all right, I see two Black brothers who they're entrepreneurs, they're doing stuff, and man, I like what B Pride is talking about, man. But I'm on the fence. I want to start this business, or I want to start this career. I want to do this thing, start being an artist or start being an actor. What is some advice that you would give someone that wants to get started?
First, get out of your head. Because most of us, when we have something, we be so far in our head, we talk ourselves out of it. So first, get out of your head. Second, just jump, just start. No business is started out of perfection. If not most will start out of lack. Either you needing something for yourself or for family, or you see a need that's out here in the world. Just start. Figure out your why. Get out of your head. Figure out your why and start.
Yeah. Simple as that.
It's one one of my sayings is this: we all have people assigned to us, whether we know it or not. So with those people that are assigned to you, if you never step out into what God has placed on your mind, heart, and spirit, the people that are assigned to you can never step up.
I like that, bro. Come on now. Wait, run that back. Run that back one more time, bro, because that's dope. That is fire. Definitely love that. I love when people have those original thoughts and the quotes and sayings, man, because I got about 1,000 of them. So when I hear something like that, that's inspiring. So, bro, people, listen, people. Say that one more time, bro.
If you never step out, those people that are assigned to you can never step up. It's good. And there are a lot of people that can't get started because you've never stepped out in what you already know you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And you know when you have people assigned to you because there comes a certain heaviness or burden on your life when you receive such tasks or such dreams or such visions. It is overwhelming. You can see the impact that it will make on the world. At that moment, you realize, some people don't think about it, but hey, I can help a lot of people. At that moment, hey, you got people assigned to you now. It's an assignment. You never step out, never step up. Yes, sir.
I love that, bro. I love that. Man, I'm taking that with me, man. I'm like, look, you might have some people reaching out to you, man. Mike just been talking so much about your quote. That's dope. I love that, and it's so true, man. It makes me think about my sis here locally, man. She wrote her book, and she talked about beyond the shadows, letting your light shine. And she said, every day, every moment that you go without shining your light, you're robbing somebody. You're robbing somebody of that light. You're robbing somebody of that blessing of what you bring to the table, what you're in this universe to do. So you're robbing somebody. It made me think of that. And that's so dope, man. And that advice is huge for everybody watching, man. If it's a dream or something that just you can't stop thinking about, as my bro mentioned, that graveyard, right? You've heard that before. The graveyard is the richest place on earth. So many $1 million, $1 billion ideas, so many world-changing ideas are right there in that graveyard, because people never stepped out, right? So I love that, man.
I can't take credit for the graveyard part because the person I heard say that first was the great E.T., Eric Thomas.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
And when he said that, it blew my mind. I was like, because he asked the question, what is the richest place on earth? I'm like, Africa,
Right.
Off the wham, He's like, no, it's the graveyard. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. That's a whole nother level right there.
Definitely. And I've heard multiple speakers say it too, but that's the first place I've heard it as well. Cause I've been rocking with and following ET since. It's all I can say, like two YouTube channels ago, and his book, his first book. So yeah, definitely. So bro, with what's in your forecast, what's next for your business, man? What's next? We talked about like all the things you have going on with your acting career, and congrats on that, man. It's so dope, like being connected to you and seeing when you share that and the opportunities that you're taking advantage of, because you can pass it up, right? Luck is just simply where opportunity meets preparation. And so a lot of people prepare, but they never get that opportunity. And then when the opportunity is presented, they don't take advantage of it. So I love seeing everything you're doing. So what's next for your business, man? What's next for Pride Hustle?
Man, where I see my business going, or where I want it to go, I would love to have a global effect, man. Take it global, worldwide. Right now, it's a work in progress, but we're getting there. So that's my goal, just to impact as many people as possible with a message that they can truly relate to. With a brand that truly represents them.
Yeah.
A lot of us wear things. Let's be real about it. Social status. For status. We don't know the vision. We don't know the mission. We don't know why we're wearing what we're wearing outside of it looks good. Wear something that you can relate to.
Yeah.
And will definitely represent you. So just want to reach. I know I'm not going to reach everybody, but I'll reach who I'm purposely designed to reach.
Hey, I love that. I love that. I tell people all the time, man, be your present and be your authentic and unapologetic self. And the people that is purpose for you will come to you, or you'll be in front of them, right? Because it's putting out your passion, you know, like you said, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, man. And with that being the cornerstone and foundation of your brand, you're bound to get there, man. So I love that. Love it. So take a moment, bro, and just tell everybody how they can find out more about your business, your company, how they can find you and connect with you. And then if there's any special sales, any information, anything coming up that you want the people to know about.
Well, as far as Pride Hustle goes, anything about me, you can go to my IG, and on my IG, which is Be Pride Official. That's BE Pride, no spaces, all together. Be Pride Official. And if you go and look at my bio, I have a Linktree there. You click on the Linktree and they'll show you everything, even with Beard Gang and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I was wondering if I would escape the interview without talking about that, because man, every time I look at any post you make, I'm like, bro, man, it's just out here with the beard game on 100, man. And it just makes me reflect, like, man, yeah, it ain't in the cards for me, man. So appreciate you. Yeah, but so your Linktree, where they can find everything about you, and then what's going on, what's coming up, or for anything that you're pushing right now.
Which of course, this right here that I have on, this is a new sweater. It's been a great liking to the consumer. So, Pride Hustle Collection is on the website. Of course, you can get to that through my Linktree, but why not drop it anyway? It's pridehustlebrand.com. Pridehustlebrand.com. You can go on there, get you one of these 5 sweaters, check out the rest of the merch, and due to the fact that I'm on this awesome interview with my boy, Coach Mike James, I'm gonna throw out a little discount for the people.
Hey,
it'll be a discount for the day. So you go on the website, pridehustlebrand.com, use the discount code of PHC. These are the letters you see here. 10.
PHC 10. So that's 10 or 10 spelled out. PHC 10.
10 spelled out.
Nice. We'll make sure we put that in the description below, bro. I appreciate you, man. Listen, it's always dope to be connected to dope people, like people who are on their grind, man, and not talking about it, but they're doing it every day, man. I appreciate us being connected in the couple years that we've been connected from Convoz and everything, and man, just seeing what you do. I appreciate you taking the time out to do this, man. I truly do, and just excited for everything that you got coming up, bro. Truly excited.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hey, and likewise. And I want to say this: if for whatever reason something goes wrong on the website, or if the code doesn't work, feel free to inbox me. We'll work it out.
Nice, man. Appreciate it. Love it. Listen, thank you to everybody that's joined us for another episode of Black Business Booming. Tell your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle. Tell everybody about this channel. Tell them about this interview. Send it out. Send it out to 2 or 3 people that needs that inspiration, that's thinking about a business, or they want to get started with anything in life, right? Come in and let us know what you thought about the interview. We appreciate y'all. Thank you. And we'll see y'all next time on another episode of Black Business Booming. Peace.
One thing I want to say before you end it.
Go ahead, bro.
This is for my people, man. It's very vital. So there's one thing that you must do in this life, and that is learn the internal essence of who you truly are and walk in the aura of your truth, not nobody else's, but yours.
Ooh, come on, man. We gonna do this again, like we did a second ago. We gonna run that back because that was bars. I'm glad you caught me. I love that. Say that one more time, bro, for the people. Go ahead, man. Say that one more time.
There's one thing you must do in this life. You don't do anything else. And that is learn the internal essence of who you truly are and walk in the aura of your truth, not nobody else's.
Let's go. Let's go. Do that. You heard it here first. Be Pride. Appreciate you, bro. Everybody appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.